So I guess this message purely is for the council more than anything, and all councils, no matter where your constituencies may be, South Norfolk, Norfolk, Breckland, all of you, and all the ones I haven't listed. So I think this one needs to be taken more seriously. So I'm going to draw kind of a street here. Nice. If we go out into the town here, especially here, and I just film the pavement alone, there are black staining absolutely everywhere. It's filthy, is what I'm getting at. It's absolutely filthy. And, you know, this might not be a problem, right? And this being the road, and every winter this being the pavement here. So I suppose we could kind of make it look a bit more like the pavement. Nice. And, you know, with all of this nasty nigglies that might be on here, so considering everyone's been locked down due to COVID and everything else, you know, people have now got out and about more, which is great. But the thing is, the pavements are an absolute splodging of mess. It's literally everywhere. It's filthy. It's unbelievable. Check out the other video. I'll play it through. Now, it's not a problem, but as soon as it starts to get wet and the rain comes, and this rain mixes in with this bacteria and God knows what else is on the floor, and you get to these little puddles that start to form with all of this bacteria in it. Might not be so much of a problem, but yet you've got your road, one-way systems and everything else, and then these spill out into the puddles at the side of a road. All of this nasty stuff, untreated, and just now makes quite a toxic, soupy puddle. Wouldn't you agree? Then when a nice car comes by and sloshes its wheels and sprays this back onto the pavement, it causes this mixing effect. And anybody that walks through this spray and breathes these particles in, well, you know for sure this is not good. You're breathing in these little tiny particles with the spray when the cars go by, and then it's raining and this spray is getting everywhere, and now it's a bit windy and it's blowing down the road, so a lot of people are breathing this in. And I wonder if this is where colds come from predominantly each and every winter, or bad bacteria and stuff like that, all from this. Not only that, we walk in it with our shoes. Sure we do, and we walk and we take our shoes off at the door. Okay, yes, it minimizes it, but still, then you might take your shoes off and then step on that area that you have just walked with your shoes. You're now cross-contaminating a little bit, and now you're bringing this stuff into your homes and stuff like that. So anyway, I think this runs away. I don't know if it 100% does, but to me it seems like seems like a cycle is happening here. Now, the pavements are more dirtier, probably due to everyone's been locked down, and now everyone can come out, and people are taking advantage of this. I think more people are coming out now more so than they did before. And yeah, I guess just where things get really dirty, if we don't have this cleaning. I think it's simple with a few teams. Even I would be willing to even set up a service that went around town to town cleaning them up. Sure, and I'll probably achieve it like this, with some type of bucket, thin one, and a nice big broom with a stiff brush on the end of it with a solution that was attached on the end of the brush that I could squeeze the trigger so it leaked the solution, whilst this is a solution bucket of solution. And then you can just scrub down the pavement with this solution that gets to work at eliminating any bacteria on the pavement, and as it gets to work dissolving their shells at least. One team goes down and puts this down. You can squeeze the button on the end of this, which then leaks out a little bit more solution as you go, so you don't dry up. Push this with you, just keep going. Just scrub the pavement from the top to the bottom. If it's on a hill, obviously you'd start at the top and work your way down. And then another team come and just water it down. And then once it goes into the road, water it into the drains and just make sure it all goes. This way, if it does slosh, it's already treated. And therefore it clean up a little bit and has a double of an antibacterial as well. I'm not 100% sure whether this is what's causing it, but especially some around the shops where there's a lot of this green. You know what that is. It's urine. It's urine. A lot of that is urine. I saw it on this African program I saw where these wives, trading wives, I don't remember. It was some program I remembered seeing, and these wives went and lived with some tribes. Absolute wonderful program. And obviously they had no toilets. They just had this patch where they went, and very telltale characteristic pattern emerged in this area where the camera said, oh, this is their bathroom equivalent of. Everyone had to get over a shock. Anyway, nonetheless, there was this pattern, this telltale pattern that when I applied that and looked about the towns, I see this as a green pattern. And this to me stands out as someone has urinated somewhere. And that's why there's this following of this green. So probably tackling that as well. Because I mean, to be honest, I was watching this audit in Britain, not because of what he was doing, but because he got around the towns where I could go, or I could watch another program where they go town to town. And what I noticed was this green effect and how cleansy the towns were. And actually, Bury St Edmunds, as far as it was, seemed to be quite looked after, but it still had its patches, its places that probably need a little bit of just a little bit of clean away. You know, I think it should be there, just a massive clean. I don't think it has to be all the time, does it? But now and again, a little bit more so. I know they got the ones that go on the path, but I just haven't seen them for a while. I mean, outside doorways of shops, it's black. The floor is black. And it's not naturally black. It is it's a tarry substance. So outside most of the shops, I think there's a lot of dirt outside some of the shops where people get trolleys and stuff. I just think this runaway, I don't know, it's not 100% great. I wonder if we were to trial it and get down on a cleaning, massive clean, I don't know, early morning, and then wash this all away. Number one, it'll make it very clean, and I wonder if this area, district, would be lower this year for flu or colds season, just as a trial. And then if it would be lower, doesn't it save more money in the long run to do it this way, to clean and to make everything quite nice and cleansy? So cleanliness is very good. So part take care of the shop, they take care of their fronts, and then the rest of it all gets moved away, and I think it's just a massive revampy clean. It's literally, everything's filthy. But yeah, the only reason why I bring this topic up is because the old days of chucking rubbish out of the windows is not that long in our history ago. And, you know, they believed that it caused the Black Death, I think. I don't know, plagues and stuff. And when they kind of cleaned it up a little bit like that, you notice society cleaned away, got better. Healthier, in fact. But then I think we rest on our elbows, and then when we break away one cycle, it seems like another one rises up. And then if we were to do something about that one, no doubt another cycle somewhere else will break up. But I think just being clean gets us ready for a space environment type. It has to be clean. It has to be extremely clean. So I think it just gets us into the mindset already, so we don't have to learn anything, but being clean here, being clean there. So yeah, this is just why I'm pushing this one forward. So I don't know which way to go, but a team of people with just some buckets and some stiff brooms with a device put on it that just can be pumped. You know, a battery pack. Hell, this is the time for it these days. It could be an electronic one that just jets out that solution and gets it clean. Wash away into the drains as well. Safe enough not to cause any carnage to the rivers, because I think that's another thing, isn't it? The rivers take the toll of the drains, maybe it doesn't. So it'd have to be friendly solution that we're using to clean away. But yeah, so I don't know. I just wonder. So I'm going to leave it like this. So this is kind of like going to be my video letter, I think. This is how I'm going to address it to you. I could write this, but I think this kind of explains it a little bit more visually, so I took the time out just to send you this as a video, to maybe, I don't know, get something in order to get something going, because I mean the pavement is worse for wear, and I mean it's a shame because it's good pavement, but I just think it's just got looking a little bit more like this, and now the more I see it, the more I can't unsee it. It's unbelievable. It's driving me insane. It's kind of, not kind of insane, but I don't know. I just wonder what happens when this soup starts to mix in the winter. I'm very fascinated to what it makes. And then what happens to health if you go for a puddle. Perhaps it doesn't generate a flu or virus or anything like that, or cold, but could it weaken the immune system enough to let another one in? So yeah, it drops it. I just wonder whether indirectly or directly this is a resultant of it. Think about it, it's usually close to winter or it starts to get wet, the ground gets a bit more damp. Sometimes these puddles form and they don't, and then they do and they don't, and then the car drives past, it's splashing it back onto the pavement again. It's mixing back onto the pavement, mixing back onto the pavement. It then gets warm. It breeds, it then rains again, and then this cycling. I just wonder what that does, if anything. I don't know, that just seems very strange, but I don't know, now that we can see it's drier, we can. It's now putting it into visual. Ooh, this is what the winter takes care of. Maybe we ought to treat that before it gets to that stage. At least makes it safe. I don't know, maybe, I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to leave it there, but thanks for your time.